Hello everyone, I'm QWERTY. I want to welcome you all to Season 1, Episode 1 of Cities Skylines, as well as my first ever YouTube video. Now, admittedly, I'm not the best at this game. I am nowhere near an expert. I know there's people who have thousands and thousands of hours. I am not one of them. My main problem is I can never really stick with a city. I always get to around 10,000 people and then just start over because I'm not happy with how it's turning out. But that's actually why I'm making this YouTube series. I want to just stick with the city for once and get all the way to the last milestone, and you guys can be there with me as we go through that. And like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm pretty new, so hopefully some people with some more experience in the game will join the community, help me and everyone else get better. But I'm also hoping to give you guys some ideas and inspiration as well. I'm really into detailing. I love that, so we'll be doing a bunch of that. A lot of the mods I have are for detailing or just quality of life stuff. Now, I do have a link in the description to the Steam Workshop collection I'm using for this YouTube series. I'll be updating it as we go along when I add more mods or assets or whatever, but I'll be sure to let you know whenever I add anything, and as always, the link will be in the description. So go ahead, check that out if you want to play along. Here's the DLC I'm playing with. I have most of them. I'm missing Sunset Harbor and Natural Disasters. Probably won't get Natural Disasters. Sunset Harbor, though, looks like a ton of fun. I'll definitely be getting that once it goes on sale. So, let's get right into this. And we're going to go with my favorite map, Pearl Bay. And, oh, not Fold. Gold Leaf Bay. That's what we're going to name our city. Go ahead and jump right into the game. So, for today, I think our goal is going to be to get to the 3rd milestone, and then we'll end it after that. I'm hoping it doesn't take too long. I'm going to try to keep videos around 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But let me know down in the comments if you want them to be longer, shorter, if you want more shorter videos, or just really long, hour-long videos. Yeah, so here we are. Pearl Bay. Beautiful, beautiful map. Over in this direction, you can see we have a nice, long, very wide coastline that ends in a nice volcano natural feature. Nice another long coastline, and these really cool little, like, I don't know, I almost want to say like pebble islands. I'm thinking of having a nice national park, that just jumps along each of these islands, maybe set up some campsites there. That's going to be really cool once we get there. Another wide coastline, and then in the back you have some beautiful, beautiful mountains. But we start in this tile. So what I'm thinking of is having our industry mainly be this back area, and have our city and leisure and all of the beautiful things be up front by this this nice coastline that we have. So, where to start? Well, every video I see, almost every video, starts with a roundabout. So we're going to do that as well. We're going to try to plop it right in the center. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then we're going to take our two-way, one-way roads, and if you drag it along the edge, eventually it will snap, and you'll get a nice entrance to the roundabout. And we're going to do that on both sides, follow the edge. There we go. It's pretty symmetrical. Now, you're going to notice a bunch of trees and rocks that are on the road. That's because we are playing with the prop and tree Anarchy. So it's a bit unfortunate. But once we get to the 3rd, what is it, Little Hamlet, Worthy Village, Tiny Town, here we go, landscaping. Once we get to landscaping, we can get rid of all those. So don't worry too much, they're going to be a minor annoyance for now, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, but yeah, so here we go, we have a nice roundabout. Now you can see we have a little symbol here. That means that the connection is broken. So we take our eye tool, pick a road, it doesn't really matter what you're using. And if you right-click, it will swap the direction of any one-way road, and that includes highways. You swap that one, swap it back, and that's just a nice little feature, so you don't have to try and draw the road backwards. That could get really difficult. Alright, so now we have a roundabout. Nice start to our beautiful city. Now I'm going to take these 4-lane roads, and we're just going to replace the end nodes of our roundabout. And I think I'm gonna want... Yeah, alright, we're gonna start with this right one. And this is gonna be our main road for the residential and commercial section. I think I'm actually... So I'm playing with the Precision Engineering mod, which gives us these handy little features. So if you hold down Control, you can angle snap in 5-degree increments. If you hold down Shift, it'll give you a bunch of information. And if you hold down Alt, you can do this really cool thing where you will snap to the yellow lines, which are like infinite extensions of the road. So this is really handy for making sure all of your things line up. But for right now, we're going to go down, hold Control, snap about 35 degrees. We'll go 14, because I believe that's 10 by 10. Yeah. So you see, if we were to go up, it'd be 10, and over across would also be 10. So, just a neat trick, if you ever go 45 degrees, 14 is the equivalent of a 10 by 10 square. It's the diagonal of a 10 by 10 square. We're just going to do that again, 135 degrees, and go out about 50 units. So this will give us plenty of room for our residential and commercial sectors. And on the other side, I'm going to want to do the opposite. We'll go out 14 units, 135 going down this time. 135 going 30. So we got a nice little wavy road here. This is going to be our industrial sector. So for that, we're going to want our 2-lane one-way roads. We're going to go up 20, over 10, and down 20. Over 10, down 20, and then that's the last one. We can actually do a little bit extra here. Go over 20, down 10 here, and then we'll do one more. You don't want to get too close to the ocean. I guess this is more of a river, but the sandy beach, because that's a very heavy slope, and your buildings are going to get super wonky and just look terrible. But the reason we use these one-way roads, so industrial sectors are just super heavy traffic. Eventually we're going to make this have its own little interchange where they can get on and off with ease and not mess with our city area. But for now, we're stuck in this one tile, so we're going to make the most of it. We're going up, so this is the only entrance into the inner complex. The reason for this is because this road is going to be our main road. It's going to be super busy. So by having everybody forced to come this way, and then as it goes along, it will thin down the number of cars as they exit back onto the main road, and then they can go into roundabout and leave. This is a nice little way to just keep your industry areas pretty clean for the beginning of the game. We are going to have to swap this up later on and probably tear down the entire thing actually and move it. Maybe do a nice forestry area here. I think that'd be nice. For now though, so we have our industry area all marked out. We also are going to need a specific area, which I'm going to put right here. We'll go, there we go, 10 units, and then come up 135 degrees, go 20 units. So this is going to be for our power as well as for garbage. I like having their own separate areas because our coal plants we're going to use. Now eventually we'll go green energy, but just at the start you're going to have to bear with me as we go with fossil fuels and coal and everything. But these power plants, we'll just plop it right on the end here, they use coal. Now we don't produce coal anywhere. I don't see any coal around here. So what it has to do is it has to bring in coal down the highway. Giving it its own little off-road will limit the traffic going through our main industry area, as well as putting the garbage here. The garbage trucks will have an easy way to get in, get out, and service the city without going through the entire area. We don't have garbage yet. That is the first milestone, but we'll get there. So we have our industry set up. We have power. Now we need to worry about water. So when you come into water, you'll have your inlets, and if you have green cities, you'll have the eco stuff for your outlets. So these triangles, the bigger they are, the faster the current. And you always want to have your inlet upstream of your outlets for reasons that I hope are obvious, because this puts out polluted water, and if you're sucking in the polluted water, then your citizens will not have a good time. So we're going to put our water pipeline, connect the two. Make sure it goes along the coast, that way you can always snap. Looks like we can't snap there, but everywhere else we can. This just makes it easier to increase your water supply later on. Now the difference between the eco-friendly, these nice green ones, and the non-eco-friendly is that these ones cost more and they are less efficient. They're about half as efficient as the normal water drain pipes, but these ones put out much cleaner sewage into our stream. And because our stream is going this way towards our city, we want to make sure there's as little pollution in our city as possible. And eventually this will be moved once we get probably, I don't want to move it there, probably up here, probably up into this area. Nice far away from our actual town. But that's fine. For now, we make do with what we have. So we have water, we have power, now we need to set up all the lines. So power lines are easy. Just connect these two, and then right along this back section here, we can just connect it to the power. Water, there are lots of ways you can do this. There's the super efficient layout where your water pipes, where every single thing is covered and it looks very clean and efficient. But I like following roads, so that's what I'm going to do. Feel free to do it whatever way you want. But I just think it looks really, really nice when you follow along with the roads. So we're going to come up here. Now if you're doing 10s, you can actually do every other road. And it will still work super nicely. Don't have to worry about this section, I'm not going to zone anything in here. I generally dislike zoning outside of roads, I always try to zone inside a box. And we need a water line for our main residential road. There we go. So, we still have a good bit of money. We can use this to finish up our residential sector. So these main roads here, the double wide ones, we want to make sure we keep these as traffic free as possible because tons of people are going to be using them just all over the place. So what I generally like to do is I like to... So you also don't want to have like a bunch of intersections as well. So if I have an intersection here, and one here, it's just going to slow down traffic a ton. So on this road we'll put... Can I get in the middle? Yeah, here we go. So we're going to go right in the middle between these two nodes. And we're going to go up 8 units. And there's a specific reason for that. We're going to go in the middle here, up 8 units. We can also hold down Alt, and that'll give us the... Oh, sorry, wrong one. There we go, 8 units. Alright, here we go. So, now this makes a little section here. Now you might be wondering, if you move it out more, wouldn't you get more zoning? And we would. Except, we don't want to zone anywhere along this line. Because remember, we don't want to zone the main road because that will affect traffic. So what we can do is if we bring it up 8, we'll get a nice 5, I guess, tall grid square. Now this lets us zone a 4x4 area and not affect the main road. 4x4 is the biggest building you can get for the zones. So we can just zone all along here and it'll be fine. We'll get nice big buildings and not affect the main road at all. So that's all nice and dandy. So we'll just keep going along. Once I finish with our little section here, I do like to go 10 by 10s. So we'll do 10 this way, 10 that way. Maybe do a 45 degree. And if you go out, what's it, 14, you'll get a nice 10 by 10 square. So we'll come down 10, over 90 degrees over 20, and then meet back up. So now we have a nice symmetrical section here. Doesn't look too bad. Let's see, so we'll have a 30 tall box there. We can do a 20 tall box here. And we'll have a... We could do like an L, small L block. And then have a nice 10 by 10 square. So that's probably enough. We don't want to spend all of our money. We still need to make sure we connect power to our residential area. Alright, so I'm hoping that'll connect. So now we can finally do zoning. So we have a lot of residential demand and we are paused. So if I were to do this, that is very, very bad. The reason for that is because we will end up with what's called a death wave. That's when everybody moves in at once They're all the same age. Eventually they are all going to die at once as well, which is something you definitely want to avoid. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to talk with someone real quick. Let's see what we're talking about. We're talking about death waves, right? So death waves are bad. If I did this, a bunch of people die at once, it's going to flood our cemetery. Yeah, it's just bad news. Try to avoid that if you can. So what we're going to do is we're going to do small zones at a time. So we'll start with over here, because that's where our power is. I think I'll leave this section. I don't really want any super small buildings. But yeah, so we'll zone a small chunk, hit play. Put it up to 3 speed, and as you can see, we're losing a ton of money. Well, how do we fix that? One thing we can do is go into our economy panel, and we can lower our electricity budget and lower our water budget. If you are playing with night turned on, make sure you do that for nighttime as well. And we're just going to monitor this as it goes along. We can monitor our power and water. But if we hit play, you can see that everything's fine. We aren't having any issues because we don't have enough people to actually use all the electricity. So if we had our budget on 100, we'd just be wasting money. We do have to keep in mind that that is going to change. And I've forgotten to water the residential area. Always remember, give your residents water, or they will die. That's something I forget pretty much every single game. So just try to remember that so you don't waste a bunch of money like we already did. But we'll keep going. Not the end of the world. We'll zone some more residential. Whole bunch of it. And remember to do it in small chunks. Don't do it all at once. There we go. Coming along nicely. Now, like I said before, we don't want to zone along the main road, and we are getting some commercial demand. So we'll just put it on the outside of the main road. Being very careful not to zone the inside. We actually have a ton of commercial demand. A little bit of residential, so we'll put in a couple more houses, and we already have the industrial space, so we should be good to go. Let's monitor our water. Seems to be fine. And electricity, which is also fine. Looks like we have a ton of demand, so we'll put in a bit more. No residential. Let's see, what can we do? So we don't have enough money to build more roads. We'll throw in some more commercial there. I'm hoping this, yeah, okay, it's starting to pop up. I'm gonna have to put a building here to connect with the power lines. Hopefully that will be fine and they can get power. Yes, they can. Actually, don't even need that one, which is great. Alright, we still have more demand. We'll fill in the next square. And now that we have our industry in, this is the money maker. So now we are finally in the positive. We got a little bit in debt there, but not too bad. We have more residential demand. We'll fill that in. A little bit of industry, but we have a couple of tiles here that aren't being used, so that's fine. And we'll just keep filling in the residential as we go. Remember, small chunks, don't do it all at once. And we're finally back in the positives. Right, so we'll just fill in the rest of this. Demand's pretty low, so they should be popping in wherever needed. So, not looking too bad. I like how this is turning out so far. I'm probably going to get this tile behind us next, just so we have better access to the highway. We can expand our industry, and we'll have a lot more room for our residential area. So we'll just let it run on 3-speed for, oh, here we go. So, first milestone, Little Hamlet. One more to go. We're going to try and get to Worthy Village. See how long that takes. So we got taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare, campus areas. These ones you don't have to worry about just yet. We still have a bit of time. But taxes and loans are fantastic. So 1 speed, go to our economy panel, double check water really quick, electricity. We got to up those budgets. So once we up the budget, we'll do 65 for both. And it goes back up to full, and water is back up to full, so perfect. Alright, so taxes and loans. We'll start with taxes. So this is the tax rate. This pretty much decides your income for these different sectors. We're going to put it up to 12 because for whatever reason they're okay with 12, but if you put it to 13 then they're not happy. If you need a bunch of income really short notice, you can put it up to, I don't know, 29, but we're not going to do that. That'll make him pretty mad. So 12 is good. Anything higher is not good. Lower, I mean, why not just have it at 12 at that point? So then we get to loans. Loans are nice. I can take out this loan, and as you can see, I have 52 weeks to pay it, and it takes 403 a week. So if we add 403 to our total, this is weekly cost. So actually, looks like our... Okay, no, that's going up. Okay, so we should be fine. Anyways, even if we add 400 to this, it's still well within our budget, so we're fine. But we can actually pay this off halfway through. So that means we would only have paid $500 more, because half of 1,000 is 500. And then we can just take out another loan. So we end up paying less overall, but we get more money out of it. I think that's how it works. I'm not an accountant. I don't know. Just makes sense to me. So we're getting a sign that says, not enough workers. Well, to fix that, we just need to expand our residential. So we'll do the same thing over here. Go out 8, all the way across, back down. And we're going to put it on pause. Actually, no, we can keep it going while we're doing roads. When we start doing zoning, I do want to put it on pause. So let's see, what do we want to do here? Let's come up 10. We'll go over 20. Down 20. Hit Alt to snap to this. And we want to do Control at the same time to get a 45-degree angle. But listen, this is a little weird looking street. I kind of like it though. And actually what we can do is, let me zone a bit more here. I'll have like a nice big L, double high, double wide, and we'll just put a 1x1 over here. Okay, so what we can do here is we can, that's 10 units, that's fine though. We will reconnect our main street and then upgrade this road. So we have a nice section where our main street comes in, goes around, and then back down. Yeah, okay, we're gonna make this work. We'll make it work. So this is gonna be like our side main street. This is gonna be the main street, if that makes any sense. But we'll get some water lines in here. Make sure to keep everyone happy. Let's see, there we go. And we'll put one more in right there. Alright, we're still making money, which is always good. So now we're going to go to zoning. We're going to zone the other half of the street, remembering not to zone along the main road. We will put a couple of residential houses in here. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is this. What if we have like a park or something in here? We'll see. Nothing's set in stone. You can always just delete everything and give it another go. I'm going to put residential in here. I'm hoping a commercial building will pop up and we can bridge the gap. Put it on 3-speed. Hopefully get that in pretty quick. Looks like our... Nope, it's back down now, so we're fine. The zoning restrict to this area so it can be as close as possible to that. Please pop up commercial building. Anywhere along here will be fine. There we go. Okay, so now we are connected to power. So we can finish zoning the rest of these houses. Oh, it's coming together very nicely. Actually, you know what we can do here? We can take our... Oh, Worthy Village. Awesome, we made it to the second milestone. It's only been 26 minutes though, so we can keep going. I'm probably going to try to do maybe 40-minute videos. If that's too long, let me know down in the comments. If you want it longer, shorter, whatever. I'm just give me whatever suggestions you want. If you want to see like an episode doing a national park, an episode doing like a downtown industry section, whatever you want, I'll try to do it. If you have any great ideas, let me know down in the comments. Here we go. So in here, we're gonna do a cool little like shopping mall complex. Actually, that's not gonna grow into anything. And we can do one more row here. Alright, and we can decorate the outside. I don't think I want that to connect. Yeah, we'll just have a nice little secluded shopping mall area. Let's see how we're doing. Put it on 2-speed. Make some more industry areas. Industry you can zone all at once. I don't think it's that bad. I haven't run into too many issues. Ah, okay. Here we go. We have our first bubble. So what does this mean? This means that garbage is piled up. Well, we have a nice little area off of our dirt road that is specifically made to handle garbage. So we'll throw that guy in there. Now, we could put in a recycling center. We actually do have the money for it, so we'll go ahead and do that. But a recycling center alone is not able to service your entire city. Your landfill site is pretty much just sitting here waiting to be full. It has to be emptied, so generally you want 2 of them. You want to kind of toggle them on and off between emptying. When you do get the incineration plant, which is at 6,000 people, that one can keep up a bit better than recycling. But yeah, you'll need a couple of them. For now, though, we have a landslide fill, 1 recycling center, which will help keep the number of, or the amount of trash we have down, but it won't get rid of it completely. We'll keep going for now. We'll already zoned that. So yeah, it's coming together nicely. I think what I want to do is expand this lower residential area as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. I do want to make sure that... Okay, I already did. Cool. Yes, so electricity, water. Remember to keep checking that. So in our budget, by now we're making enough. We can just put them to 100. I should have been paying a little bit more attention to that, micromanaging it, but you don't have to. So we got a second loan. So remember, like I said, we can take that out. So now we're at almost 1,000, or 10,000, 100,000. I'm good at math. We can pay off this one, take it out again, and now we're over 100,000. Alright, so here we go. We're going to expand this area a bit more. So we'll come up 20, have a small L, maybe do one 30 long, come out here 20, do a 10 by 10, and then why not? We'll do a 20 by 20 right next to it. And when you're here, just play around with it. Do whatever you want. So remember, if we go 45 degrees, 14 units, that'll help us snap. We can do it again. So this one we want to be 180 degrees, 14 units. So now I have a nice little triangle section. Who knows what we'll put there? We'll figure it out. This part will have double wide and then a small L. Alright, I think that looks pretty nice. Don't forget water. Never forget water. There we go. Now this part here, we can just connect to that node. I do want to try to keep it straight though. Yeah, that works. So let's see. We need commercial and a lot of residential. So we have our shopping complex over here. Not sure why that's not popping in. Well, let's just get rid of that. I'm not super happy with how this turned out. Probably we'll fix that later. But for right now, why don't we make this our new shopping complex? And then fill in residential. Remember not to fill in too much at once. Not enough workers, don't worry. We're getting on that. Guys, I forgot what. I'm sorry. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be just terrible. Oh man, wow. Alright, here we go. Oh, much better. Okay. Alright, never forget your water. Very important. Now this worker thing, it'll go away once you start getting more people. You can see they're all moving in, so shouldn't be around too much longer. We're zoning in chunks, so we don't get death waves. And our commercial's finally popping in. Yeah, this part, we're definitely going to redo this. Don't like exactly how that looks. Let's see, what can we do? Oh, okay, so we have another alert here. Crime rate is high. Well, that's unfortunate. So why don't we add a police station? We'll put it down to 1 while we're fiddling around. I like the look of the second one. So your police stations, you want to be in central locations. So we could have it along the main road, but because we're going to tear this down, that might not be the best idea. So we'll put them with the commercials center, close to the main road, but not on the main road. Just enough so he's able to reach everywhere. And even though it doesn't show it, he should be able to reach there as well. We also have access to a firehouse. And this one I'm going to put in the industrial area. So it's still able to kind of reach. Its reach is longer, just like the police station. But industrial areas are very prone to fires, and I want to make sure that these are taken care of quickly. Because... oh, we got Tiny Town. There we go. Well, we made it to the third one. Only took about 30 minutes, so we can keep going for a little while longer. Not too much, though. These park areas, I'm going to get way into more in the next episode. But we'll do all of that later. So, yes, industrial areas prone to fires. Now, a lot of our money... actually, not that much of our money is coming from there. Later on, though, a lot of our money will be coming from the industrial area. When we start doing the Industries DLC stuff. There's lots of really cool things you can do. You can make a ton of money. I think. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I've never gotten that far, but we'll see. For now, though, we're just going to keep with our small zoning. We will throw in some parks. We're not going to get too crazy into it right now. Let's see. Where's a nice place for a park? Oh, it doesn't fit in there. It's unfortunate. Well, unfortunately, I don't really want a small park. Ooh, we could put one in our commercial center. I think that's what I'm going to do. So on this side of the commercial center, right off the main road, is this a large playground? Sure, we're going to have a lot of kids. Actually, park with trees. Yeah, park with trees. That's a bit too big, though. Here we go. Getting super... what about this one? That looks nice. We'll go with that. So as part of our nice shopping center, we'll put down the botanical garden. That's going to up the land value, help some of our houses to upgrade, as well as make our little citizens happy. Alright, that's taken up that. That's fine. We need more commercial. We have that zoned. Residential. We'll zone a little bit more. Not too much. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. But yeah, our town's coming together quite nicely. I think it looks pretty good so far, except for this. I don't like this. This is going to change. We'll worry about that in the next episode, along with all the park stuff. Yes, so the landscaping. So if we look at our city here, and we open up the landscaping tool, go to the trees. I'm doing the extended landscaping options. So we'll take a pretty big brush, and we're going to right-click. And this should clear away all of the trees, all of the branches that are lying, just everything. And we can do the same with rocks. Just find a... here's a rock. Here we go. Here's one that you can place with brush options. So just go through, clear out all the rocks. There we go. So now if we zoom in, there shouldn't be any rocks or trees or branches in our roads. It doesn't look like there are. So, I guess now we're just kind of waiting. We'll that over to the side. Doesn't fit too well. Oh well, that's fine. Actually, I think I can get rid of it if I... There we go. Yeah, so that just stays open if you have anything you can use it with the brush. If you pick something that you can't use with the brush, then it will go away. It's good to know. So water is doing okay. Electricity is lacking a little bit. Go ahead, put another power plant on the other side of the recycling center. That should fix any power issues that we have for quite a while. Still in the positives, making money. We'll throw down, maybe this area could do with a large playground. Oh, that fits quite nicely in there. Oh, and it even connects with the... Oh, that's perfect. Alright, we'll detail this area later. This is going to make a lot of people really happy. And let's see, what else did we unlock? So we have power done, water done, garbage is fine. Don't have any industry yet, we'll get there. We don't have a clinic though. So if we look at here, the health is low in these areas. So if we stick a... about in this little area, right? I don't want to bulldoze too many houses. There we go. Right on the corner there. It can still reach pretty far. Make a lot of people happy, help the houses level up. Fire department, we're good. Police department, we're good. Now education. So, let's see, where could we put some education? Right here is actually a very nice area. So we're going to take our bulldoze tool, bulldoze these houses, and dezone this. I'm sorry, people living there. Eminent domain and all. So we're going to come up 4, over 3, over 3. And we're going to put a... Actually, I kind of want to put the high school here. Yeah, I'll put the high school here. So, we don't have anyone high school educated yet. We'll get there. For the elementary school, we can put it next to the hospital, or the clinic. That seems like a good idea. There we go, that's fine. That zoning was a little weird, though. Oh, I guess it does take it up, and it's got a playground in the back that connects. Yeah, alright, I like that. Not bad. These areas, we might as well just get rid of the zoning. We can detail this, maybe put some trees, a nice path. So yeah. Need some more residential? Well, we have room for that. Ooh, I like how this commercial complex turned out. I think we're definitely going to do something in the back here. But let's continue with our roads. Yeah, alright, don't forget your water. Very important. And I think what we'll do is have a ton more commercial, a little bit more residential. I don't know what I want to do over here too much. I don't want to expand out too far this way because I do want the industry to come in at some point. But yeah, I think we're doing okay. Next episode, I think we're going to redesign this. I'm very dissatisfied with how it turned out. But yeah, we'll get into that next time, everyone. So thank you all very much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, stay safe, have fun, try not to die. I hope you had fun today. I definitely did. But see you next time. Thanks for watching.